You don't think they gave him a bag? I think they gave him a beautiful bag. I'm saying like a bag of kava, a kava bag filled with
I hear what you're saying.
like the kind Tom Homan accepted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you do a Tom Homan?
It's not as good as my RFK Jr.
Michael.
I don't even know what he sounds like.
He kind of sounds like this.
He sounds like he's been punched in the face a bunch of times.
I had a couple of drinks that come out here, but I can tell you something. You break the law, you break the law. He is the classic, what you would think of how a bully would talk.
If Jackie Gleason were alive, they'd be friends.
Yeah.
They'd be taking a train.
That's not fair.
From New York to Florida, and they'd be partying.
I think Jackie Gleason was probably a difficult personality, but he wasn't an asshole.
You have been getting a lot of emails, Jim.
Every time I say something, I'm literally
Just
deleting.
tell us the deals at Best Buy and move on.
Have I Got News for Your Ears, the podcast companion to the hit CNN television program, Have I Got News for You, which is, the far-flung extension of the original British production of the same show. But I will note, they don't have a podcast because we're Americans.
They do have a podcast.
They do have a podcast, is my point. And as Americans, we slavishly copy our Anglo betters. Hello, Jim Biederman, producer. Hello, Jody Lennon, producer.
Hi, Michael.
Good.
If my location looks a little bit different today, it's because I have been raptured. And so I'm speaking to you from my new rapture location.
By the way, if that's the rapture.
Yeah, I'm into it.
in.
Lots of windows,
I'm totally in.
a clock, 2 pepper grinders. I'm into it.
Yeah, my rapture is just a Nancy Myers style kitchen.
Let's talk about an incredibly busy week. Where to start?
Where to start, Michael? So much has happened since the show taping last week.
Last week, ABC pulled Jimmy Kimmel off of the air based on comments he had made on a Monday night broadcast regarding the Charlie Kirk situation.
We are recording this podcast on Tuesday. So Kimmel will be back up tonight.
Tomorrow or tonight?
Tonight. So we don't know what he's going to say yet.
No. And we don't know what the arrangement is exactly, right? Is there something different? Like,
they came to an agreement. ABC apparently came to an agreement with Kimmel about how they would move forward.
Do we know the details of that agreement?
Nobody knows.
Can I guess what the details were?
Yes, please.
Sure.
I was going to ask. Can we predict?
My guess is Kimmel said, "Fuck you, I'll say what I want."
Yeah.
And ABC said, "Okay." That's my guess of how the negotiation went.
Now, there was a lot of supposed boycott activity on Disney products, Disney Plus, Hulu, ESPN, I doubt. But
there were performers for a Lilith Fair documentary who
correct, Sarah McLachlan herself, who was a producer on the movie.
So people were canceling their subscriptions. The stock price went down. Apparently, they lost last week something like $4 billion.
Wow.
And it seems like that.
To be fair, in stock market value.
Yeah, in stock market value, yeah. And that seems to have gotten their attention a little bit. Because ultimately, all this is ever about is money.
Right.
So they have to weigh what costs more, keeping Jimmy or getting rid of Jimmy. And I guess they decided keeping Jimmy is probably better for their bottom line than getting rid of him. I mean, it's not really like I'm not congratulating the Walt Disney Corporation on doing something altruistic or doing something to favor the First Amendment. If that were the case, they wouldn't have yanked him in the first place. So to me, this is just sort of like they're cutting their losses and moving on. And in the process, Jimmy Kimmel just secured himself lifetime tenure on ABC.
Oh, you think that?
Oh, do you think?
Well, I mean, a show that probably was going to get canceled in the next year or two.
Something he does not want. He does not want.
I mean, you don't think they gave him a bag? I think they gave him a beautiful bag. I'm saying like a bag of kava, a kava bag filled with
I hear what you're saying.
like the kind Tom Homan accepted.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you do a Tom Homan?
It's not as good as my RFK Jr.
Michael.
I don't even know what he sounds like.
He kind of sounds like this.
He sounds like He sounds like he's been punched in the face a bunch of times.
I had a couple of drinks and come out here, but I can tell you something. You break the law, you break the law. He is the classic, what you would think of how a bully would talk.
If Jackie Gleason were alive, they'd be friends.
Yeah.
They'd be taking a train.
That's not fair.
From New York to
fair.
Florida, and they'd be partying.
I think Jackie Gleason was probably a difficult personality, but he wasn't an asshole.
You have been getting a lot of emails, Jim.
Every time I say something, I'm literally
Just tell us the deals at Best Buy and move on. Did you hear about Sinclair and Jimmy Kimmel?
Yes. So Sinclair, which is one of these big station groups, is not airing Kimmel because they want him to make a sizable donation to the Erica Kirk company, Turning Point USA, and I think a heartfelt apology.
Right. Here's their position.
Well, hours after the Walt Disney Company announced Jimmy Kimmel Live would be back on the air tomorrow night, the media company Sinclair shares a different message. Beginning Tuesday night, Sinclair will be preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live across our ABC affiliate stations and replacing it with news programming.
They can do whatever they want.
Exactly.
You know,
but here's my answer to that. ABC has affiliate contracts with all of these stations. There's penalties if you don't carry the channel. Why doesn't ABC really do exactly what the Trump administration does all the time, which is to go to Sinclair and go, hey, so wait, you're not going to air this? Great. We're going to start removing hour by hour every ABC show that you air from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. every fucking night of the week until you put it back on. And, oh, by the way, we're also going to put penalty charges on that every single day that you violated this contract.
Can I play a fun game? Prime time, Monday, ABC. What's on?
Who cares?
Name it now, Michael.
Dance with the Stars.
That's Tuesday.
I mean, my understanding about ABC is they only show Grey's Anatomy and The Bachelor. If there are other shows, I'm unaware of.
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars is one.
Didn't know.
Elementary. What's it called?
Abbott Elementary.
Abbott Elementary.
Oh, that's ABC?
Yeah.
That would make a huge impact if
Probably.
people couldn't see those shows.
Probably. I would imagine that Dancing with the Stars, the Bachelor, the Golden Bachelor, the now deceased Bachelor, which is great. That one's great.
The Embalmed Bachelor.
The Embalmed Bachelor, which is, you know what? It sounds a lot not very exciting. It's just as thrilling as The Bachelor because you don't know who's going to get the rose. So all of those shows appeal very much to middle America, which is what Sinclair claims Kimmel doesn't do.
Wasn't one of the beefs that Jimmy Kimmel doesn't have Republican representation on his show? Do you think that's going to change?
My guess is, and I'm basing it on our experience on Have I Got News for You, is Jimmy would probably welcome any Republican who wanted to come on because it makes good TV. But they know that they're probably walking into a situation in which the host maybe doesn't care for their political opinions, and they don't want to get an earful full of a theater of Jimmy Kimmel fans. They won't even do town halls in their own districts.
Correct.
So
they can barely stand up to their own voters. Yeah.
So why go on Kimmel? They're just going to get pummeled.
Right. Why go on to a show where the guy is about 125 times more intelligent than I am and is already prepared to have the argument? And I'm going to walk in and basically lie to him, and he's going to shoot down all my lies. It would be like going to a town hall.
In the show, we asked Amber what it was like to be at 30 Rock.
Remind me who Amber is.
Amber Ruffin's a team captain on Have I Got News for You. She's also a writer.
The
on
British
South.
one?
Yeah, no, the American version.
She's
You
your
probably
buddy,
run into her in the
and
hall.
You guys salute each other at the end of every episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Amber.
That's Amber.
Because
Well,
I
by
have
the
been
way,
working with
this
with her, and
Yeah.
there just came a point where I was like, it's embarrassing that I don't know
don't
your
know her
name,
name,
but
yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
But what's great
Amber.
about this little bit
Amber.
he's doing right now, cut to 5 years from now, that will be the case.
Amber wrote a musical
Yes.
called
Yes.
Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And she did a reading of it that I went to see, and it was just charming and funny, and the music was great, and I just loved it. And I know it's going to have a run in New York City. I feel like sometime later this year.
She said January, right?
Oh, January.
Or February?
So
we
I'm-
should definitely
Next
find
year.
out the details.
We should definitely go.
I'm giving it a pre-plug because it was really great. It was really funny.
And Amber wrote not just the book for the musical, which is the
And the
story,
music.
and she wrote the music.
I'm going to
Well,
ask a
this
dumb
is-
question. Is it about Bigfoot?
You're going to have to go see it. But yes.
Oh, good. Thank you.
But this is how she described to me how she wrote the music. She's working with a composer, and she would sing the song to the composer over the phone, and the composer would actually write the music, but it was her. It's her melody, it's her lyrics, it's all of that. Because I don't think Amber plays an
She does not.
instrument.
I think she said she does not.
She's very talented.
She's very talented.
Well, why don't you
especially
have her host a podcast?
musical theater. And I think it is actually a good thing to point out, because as we sit in this climate where Jimmy Kimmel has been taken off the air and there are freedom of speech issues here and there, going and supporting theater couldn't be more important right now.
I
Kimmel.
have another clip.
Yeah.
Here we go.
A new $100,000 fee for H-1B visas took effect over the weekend. The visa program lets employers hire highly skilled foreign workers. So on Friday, President Donald Trump signed an executive order imposing the hefty fee. It went into effect Sunday at midnight. The previous fee was just a few $1,000s. The White House says it's an effort to curb overuse of the program, which officials say has displaced U.S. workers.
There's a level of sycophancy
Yeah.
that Lutnick has achieved that I think ought to be studied. Incredible how willing this man is to debase himself in front of our moron in chief. It's shocking.
It's shocking,
Absolutely
but also
shocking.
he's really good at it.
He loves it. That's the thing. I mean, he obviously has some sort of masochistic kink, and I'm glad that he's able to give it free expression. I just wish it wasn't so public. It's a little distasteful.
By the way, just for the fun of it, because it's so entertaining, here is a little more Lutnick. It's just a little not spicy enough.
Renewals, first times, the company needs to decide, do they want, is that person valuable enough to have $100,000 a year payment to the government, or they should head home and they should go hire an American. The whole idea, it's annual, and it's for total. It can be a total of 6 years. So $100,000 a year.
$100,000 a year that the company has to pay the government, which is a bribe, to keep this person who you think, Mr. CEO, is valuable enough for that.
What was it before?
$2,000. I'm not making that up. It's
No,
$2,000.
I know.
Now, I don't know a lot about these visa programs, but it seems to me like there's a lot of like professors that come over. There's a lot of medical professionals. Scientists that come over. And a lot of these people are working for organizations that don't have $100,000 a year to just write to the government. And it's not like, again, I don't know a lot about this, and I'm not going to pretend I do. But it's not like these companies are overlooking American workers in favor of foreign workers. When you're talking about these high-skilled positions, there's only so many people qualified.
Correct.
And we already know, like in like software engineering and stuff, like we're always looking for more, looking for more people. And so you bring in like these highly trained people from India or Iran or wherever to help the companies go.
China.
Help the companies grow. We pronounce it China.
China.
So Lutnick says this on, I don't know what day that was, Wednesday or whatever.
Yeah.
And then by Thursday, they'd already completely changed the rules.
Yeah.
So now it's not annual.
Yeah.
Now it's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
And if you're already here, then you're fine.
Because it was a shot, either, I assume unintentionally, over the bow of Silicon Valley, who basically said, guys, this is half of our employees.
Right.
We're gonna spend $100,000 for 10,000 of half of our employees per. Are you out of your fucking mind? And this is this weird, I kind of see it as a reverse Schindler's List, where they're going like, no, we're going to start up a list where it keeps people out.
Oh my gosh.
Reverse Schindler's List.
Yeah, basically
ahead,
like keep them out.
That was also Goldberg's finishing move in the WWE.
Yeah, I was waiting. I didn't know if you'd go sex position or wrestle move. I love it.
A reverse Schindler.
I had to think of who's the only Jewish wrestler.
Yeah.
I feel like I got there pretty quickly.
Yeah, you did.
You
That was
did
good.
really well.
You should be proud of yourself. That's my whole point about the ABC thing with Kimmel. It's like, go in, walk in with a big stick, make a shit ton of noise. Like, okay, Sinclair, here we go. This is going to cost you $50 fucking million a day. How do you feel now? And then see what happens. Because just like Trump, you can just walk it all back if it doesn't go your way, which seems to be everything they do. They don't even walk it back. They don't mention it again, which is what I think they were hoping would happen with Epstein files, which still hasn't. It's still on the front page.
For our viewers who are unfamiliar, Jeffrey Epstein was a serial sex trafficker who was also Donald Trump's best friend for 15 years.
They were such good friends that he signed a birthday card. Trump signed a birthday card for him.
his 50th.
That's right.
A poem.
Yeah.
A poem which ended with may every day be another wonderful secret.
I don't even. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up.
Shall we
keep going.
go on to our
Let's
next
go to the next
subject?
category.
TikTok is a vital part of our democratic process, and President Trump credits TikTok and, of course, Charlie Kirk for the wins that he had with young Americans in the last election.
I confess, I don't care about this story at all. I don't care who owns TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't care who owns it. I really don't. It's going to be some billionaire or billionaires one way or the other. The way, if I have a problem, it's the fact that we are slowly consolidating our entire media universe into the hands of about 3 people named Larry. And I would prefer we didn't do that.
Right. It's got all the trappings of a very traditional Trump con, which is I'm going to not make a decision. I'm going to, but this is terrible. And China, something about China. The solve is I'm just going to give it to the people who are friendly to me, who like me, who treat me nicely, and also going to cut me in on some of the profits, because that is what's happening here.
Well, do we know that?
Well, the government's going to get that. So you tell me.
Wait, the government is going to get...
The government is going to have partial ownership with the Ellisons and Rupert Murdoch and whoever else is in there.
So that I didn't know that, and that is really bad.
Yeah.
That is really bad to have the United States government controlling a free speech platform, a social media platform, for the same reasons, last week Representative Adam Kinzinger was on the show.
Yeah.
And he was saying that, because I asked him, because I don't understand this stuff, he was saying China's going to still own the algorithm.
But that was the whole thing, and part of the congressional rule or law or whatever, passage of their action, said the issue is the algorithm and what China controls. And that really is all it is. That's the big problem.
Okay, so what I was reading this week is that is no longer true. It is Americans who are going to be controlling the algorithm. But if the government is involved, then we have this same exact problem that Kinzinger was describing with China. You can't have the government of the United States of America putting its thumb on the scales for what gets seen by consumers of TikTok.
The government has, the Trump White House has said, we're not taking any equity share in it, but we are monitoring. We are monitors, not controllers, whatever the hell that is.
So controllers.
Yeah. The issue with the algorithm is the ability to essentially control speech, control what messages come out, and do the thing that social media does so excellently. And by that I mean the end of the world reason for its existence is that it will increase and create divisiveness and essentially social chaos for profit.
Right. Like with Kimmel, though, it seems to me, and I could be wrong because I usually am, once this happens and it gets acquired by somebody named Larry and the United States government, it may eliminate the cool factor off of TikTok because most of the base of TikTok, if I'm not wrong, is young people. Mm-hmm. And if they feel like the platform has changed or become uncool, they're going to abandon it the way they abandon every platform.
I thought there was a group that was watching TikTok during the election that was much older.
I mean, I think it's 25 and under.
I think we think it's young, but I thought that boomers were embracing TikTok.
I'm speaking as a 25-year-old. And as a 25-year-old...
You look great.
Thank you. I check in with TikTok, but I find that most of my friends, a lot of whom are younger, are on there more than I am. Why is that funny to you? Some of my friends are 23, 24. I mean, I have friends who are 26.
Like 18,
What
19.
are the names of your friends?
Tristan. Mackenzie.
And
Madison.
And Madison. I don't know. will people just think it's not cool because the government's manipulating them? I mean,
No, come on.
That's
Are
what
you
he said.
fucking crazy? That's crazy.
direct your
Sorry,
energy
I'm just
towards
talking
him
to the
because
monitor.
he's the one who
I
said
thought you said it.
No, he said it 5 minutes ago.
Michael, do you really think that the government that users of TikTok will think it's uncool because Rupert Murdoch is? Please.
I think every social media platform has a life cycle, and generally what happens with these things is somehow they get deemed uncool, and so people flee them in droves. It happened with MySpace, it happened with Facebook, it happened with Twitter, although Twitter's hanging on.
Facebook is of a certain age, I think, but it wasn't
Very powerful.
Very powerful. Still continues to be very powerful.
I understand, but when it started, it was the cool place to be.
Correct.
That is way no longer the case. I don't even know anybody who
They
uses
age
it
out.
anymore.
They age out.
I've never been on
But we knew
Facebook.
that.
Fun fact about me.
Jody, as if I needed another reason to admire you, you've just provided one.
It did make me think.
Let me just interrupt because I think this is important. I'm going to withdraw my nomination for Trump to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. And I'm going to resubmit it in your name, Jody, because you were never on Facebook.
Right.
Thank you.
Were you into like kimchi before other people were eating kimchi?
Probably. Right?
I've got a jar buried in my yard right now.
That's right.
When did the word algorithm start?
Are you asking an etymological question?
Yes.
Go ahead, Michael.
Give it
All
to me.
From
Story.
the late 17th century.
Great.
go.
And tell me the history of the word
mathematical.
algorithm, please.
Okay, so late 17th century, denoting the Arabic or decimal notation of numbers, and then it says variant influenced by Greek arithmos, number, of Middle English algorithm, via Old French from the medieval Latin algoritmus, querism. I don't know how to pronounce that. Was a name. Anyway, so it's an old word, and it's related. It's related to math and numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
You put one thing in, you get one thing out. You got yourself an algorithm.
Do you guys miss Al Gore?
Mark Zuckerberg, ladies and
Do you miss Al Gore?
Oh, speaking of algo things,
Yeah.
you free associated Al Gore.
I heard you say Al Gore-ism, and then I did think about Al Gore.
Why did you think? Because he invented the internet, that thing?
Oh, see now, if this were
But that was a bullshit statement that
UCB,
he
we'd
never
be
said.
doing a Herald, and we'd see Herald just then.
Oh.
But yeah, anyway, the internet is coming to get us all. It's already gotten us. We're deep in it. We're just swimming in the cesspool that
but
is the
again,
internet.
it's my whole
fine.
thing of the Trump approach, which I have to keep in mind every single time. He has no intention of actually completing anything. He does have every intention of trying it and seeing what sticks. But when you push back, he doesn't. He just stops. And so the
I
Congress
wish I
trying to-
agreed with that.
Well, tell me one that it doesn't.
Immigration. The immigration thing, he has gone full bore for 10 years trying but
then every time he tries a different approach, he gets pushed back and then he stops. He tries a new approach. But that's not what I'm saying.
And we're back at HB1 visas.
Correct. Here's the thing. They definitely want to be authoritarians. He definitely wants to have a country there is no democracy. That's what he wants. He wants to be the leader of that. He wants to be a strongman leader. That's the bad news. The good news, and by the way, surrounded by people who agree with that. And the good news is they're all relatively incompetent. And so the execution is always botched. By the way, 9 times out of 10 by Trump himself. And that probably the smartest one in the cabinet is Stephen Miller, in terms of just like pure theory, pure logic, pure this is what I want to do, and achieving a lot of what he wants to do. But Trump himself, as that leader, is surrounded by a lot of boobs. I think Lutnick's one. Certainly, people like Linda McMahon. I mean, if you think about how crazy that cabinet is, of course, none of this stuff actually finally gets to completion. But it creates so much damage. I mean, RFK Jr., the damage that he's creating to our health system.
He made America healthy again. I don't know what you're talking about.
He did. And
they cured autism yesterday.
With the sad man muffin?
At the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah. That's a good news Monday.
That's a great news Monday. Are you kidding me?
We solved the autism problem by banning acetaminophen.
The guy who decapitated a whale.
A cinnamon.
The guy who decapitated a whale and the guy who stared directly into the sun during the solar eclipse.
Have merged.
They cured autism. They figured
Wait,
it out.
Did he decapitate
No,
the
it was
whale?
a dead whale, and he cut the head off to put on top of the.
It's funny to think of decapitating a whale because you don't know where the head starts.
That's a
It's
good point.
just a
I'm
big.
going to
That's
say
a
it's right,
great point.
right
Thank
past
you,
the
Michael.
blowhole, right past about maybe a couple feet below.
I think it would be before
This is
the
a family
blowhole.
show, Jim. Please. Please.
Hey, if anybody knows where a whale's head starts, write in.
All right. I want to go back briefly to the algorithm because
All right.
I do have a clip.
The algorithm will be almost sort of like rented or leased from China. A version of it comes here. Oracle will sort of manage it. They're going to be able to look under the hood at this proprietary technology, know what that algorithm is. And then they say that they're actually going to train that algorithm, newly train it with U.S. user data. The language that senior White House official used said that this will make it behave appropriately.
I counted 4 metaphors in that. Or whatever. So first is no need to worry. We're going to rent the unit out. It's like a timeshare from China. We can only get it every 2 weeks, once a year. We're then going to pop the hood and check the engine out and just make sure it's running good. And then we're going to retrain that engine by feeding it information that we want it to think about. And then we're going to basically put that old jalopy back on the road.
I don't think that's going to work.
I think you're right.
My sense of it is I should feel like outraged about this in some capacity. I don't, because it's exactly what all of them do. So if you don't want your data stripped, mined, sold as a derivative to JP Morgan, if you don't want your DNA in every database, if you don't want this, don't use it, but it's on every single platform. So whether it's China doing it or it's the US doing it, you're fucked.
I felt a generation from Gen X to millennial where Gen X was very concerned about their privacy, perhaps idealistically, not seeing the wave that was about to hit them.
We had that duck, duck, go moment.
Duck, duck, go. And then millennials had an attitude of, who gives a fuck? And I think it's also this line of the idea of selling out and the idea of being an influencer and completely selling out. Not selling out and completely selling out.
Oh, you're talking about like philosophically.
I'm talking about generationally, philosophically. The promise of the internet originally was everyone will have equal force, meaning I can have a website that is just as powerful as General Electric's website because on the other end, on the receiving end, you don't know if I'm a big corporation or not. And so there's this leveling, democratic leveling of the internet. That was the promise of it. That core idea still remains, right? So that I can be a content creator and go on to YouTube or whatever platform I want and talk about, my smoky eye
Yes.
that I do very well.
Really well.
And
I thought that was conjunctivitis. That's makeup?
Michael, shut up. No, but that whole thing is where we're at now. And so you have an entire generation that doesn't give a fuck about selling its social, its private information because their attitude is it's already been bought and sold so many times. Who cares? Back to Michael and TikTok going, I don't care about this story. We're going to move on.
Former Atlantic writer Derek Thompson recently coined the phrase flattery economics to describe so much of what President Trump is doing and so much of what is happening as companies try to appease and appeal to the Trump administration. And that's what we're seeing with TikTok as well. Moguls, executives who are close and cozy to the president, they're benefiting from this TikTok deal, or at least they stand to benefit. It seems like an example of flattery economics.
There's also, I think, a pretty easy parallel to draw between Trump 2025 and Putin, 2005, when he was just sort of handing off state industries to his friends. And there's a reason you do that. You reward your supporters, but you also keep them incredibly loyal to you. And it's the autocratic playbook. I'm not saying he's going to go as far as Putin. For the reason that you just stated, he's not very good at it. That's what really makes me uneasy about it. It's not so much who owns TikTok. It's just the fact that the president is just sort of doling out companies. And I don't know how he profits from it, but I 100% agree with you that he profits from it in some capacity. His TikTok's page is going to go through the roof.
Him sitting on a gold toilet.
Hey, by the way, Have I Got News for You is on Blue Sky now. So
Oh,
that's
really?
I have to say this. I wanted to stay on X, but all the fucking communists who work on this show have decided to go to Blue Sky.
The only reason I would say that to get off Twitter is that it's run by a literal white supremacist.
It's good enough.
And with that,
I don't disagree with the decision to get off Twitter.
All right, there you go, communist. You're going to be playing a game with Rachel.
Great.
everyone's talking about it.
Everyone's talking about Rachel.
Well, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jody, for giving us the news of the last week and for your insightful analysis. Jody reminded us who Al Gore is. And we all came out of this, I think, a little smarter.
I think we did, yeah.
I am joined right now by a Have I Got News for You watcher. Her name is Rachel, and she is joining me today to play one of our games. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, and where are we speaking with you from?
I am in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
What can you tell us about your life? How do you spend a normal day?
I have a small business. I have a skincare company that's based in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, just a couple
Well, we would be
away.
idiots if we didn't promote it. What is the name of your skincare company?
It is called Soap Walla.
Wow. Some people are probably listening to this instead of watching it. I can assure you, Rachel looks very clean.
Thank you.
And when you're not selling soap, what's your life like?
I box.
Ooh. How long have you been boxing?
About 10 years.
And so what was it like the first time you got punched in the face?
Well, I broke my nose, so it wasn't the best. But
So you got punched in the face, somebody broke your nose, and then you're like, I'm coming back next week.
I did, and now I mostly train on the bag, so a heavy bag or a small bag. I don't really feel like getting my nose broken again.
Well, are you ready to play a game, Rachel?
Yes, I am.
The game we're going to be playing is called Lie Curious, and here are the rules. I'm going to read you 3 facts about a celebrity, and your job is to tell me which is the truth. So there will be 2 lies, 1 truth. Here are 3 facts about Shaquille O'Neal. Are you a basketball fan?
I am. We'll see how much of a fan I am.
Well, I'll tell you right now, none of these have anything to do with basketball. All right, here are your 3 facts about Shaquille O'Neal. Number 1, he owns an entire town in Louisiana. He lost millions trying to translate whale song. He owns the rights to Elvis Presley's likeness. Which one is the truth? And I will confess to you, because I have not read the answer, I don't know. I do not know the answer. I have a guess.
I don't either. These are really interesting. I'm going to say he did not spend millions of dollars translating whale song.
I'm in agreement with you. I also think he didn't lose millions trying to. It just doesn't seem Shaq-like.
No, it really doesn't.
All right, so we've eliminated lost millions trying to translate whale song. That leaves us with he owns a whole town in Louisiana, or he owns the rights to Elvis Presley's likeness.
I mean, I kind of love that one for some reason.
I love it, but could that be true?
I don't know. I'm gonna go with that one.
You're gonna go with it just because it sounds cool, right?
It sounds interesting. Yes.
Answer: Shaquille O'Neal owns the rights to Elvis Presley's likeness. Unbelievable. Okay, here's a clarification. He is a shareholder in Authentic Brands, a company that controls the likeness and merchandising rights of iconic celebrities, or as one website put it, quote, Shaquille O'Neal spent over $135 million to buy dead people, including Muhammad Ali, Elvis Presley, and Marilyn Monroe, which means every time they decorate a TGI Fridays, Shaq buys another house because he's just getting royalties.
I mean, that's not bad.
Well, Rachel, thank you so much for being on Have I Got News for Your Ears, and thanks for being a Have I Got News for You viewer.
Of course, I love the show. Watch it every week.
Much.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me on Have I Got News for Your Ears. I'm Michael Ian Black alongside Jim Biederman and Jody Lennon, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Have I Got News for Your Ears releases new episodes every Wednesday. Do not miss an episode. Follow us on Apple, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. Even better, watch the Vodcast on Spotify or on the Have I Got News for You YouTube channel. Keep an ear open. Very soon we have something fun planned to include you, our Hignify fans. So please follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel to find out more.